The Voice fans' show proof show is rigged after finale. The Voice just concluded season 26 of the popular reality singing competition. However, not all viewers are happy with the results. In fact, some even pointed out major clues that the competition is rigged. So, what are viewers saying following the recent finale? The Voice Season 26 aired big finale. The Voice Season 26 came to a close with a huge finale. The finale was so big that it could not fit into just a single installment. The finale aired over 2 nights, where the remaining 5 contestants hoped that their lives would change forever with the coveted title of this season's winner. Special guests like Kelly Clarkson and Tears for Fears made appearances on the big night. Other major acts like Dan plus Shay were on hand as well, and viewers rooted for their favorite of the remaining finalists to make it all the way over the finish line to take home the title. Sofronio Vasquez takes home Season 26 title. When it all was said and done, Sofronio Vasquez took home the title of The Voice Season 26 winner. This also marked a win for Michael Bublé as well, as Sofronio was on his team. Certainly, Sofronio had people rooting for him throughout this entire competition, and it paid off big time in the end. During the finale of The Voice Season 26, Sofronio Vasquez delivered a riveting performance of A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman. Based on the results of his performance, as well as his body of work throughout the entire season on the show, he did enough to get ahead of the rest of the competition in the end. The Voice fans call out show for being rigged, while many The Voice fans are happy for Sofronio and his big win this season. Not all viewers are glad about the result. In fact, some even went as far as to call out the competition for being rigged. One commenter said on X, "Now I know for sure The Voice is rigged. Jeremy just said The Voice found him and reached out to him. Ain't you supposed to voluntarily/willingly decide yourself to go on The Voice?" Another commenter added even more fuel to the rigged fire, saying, "Can we talk about how they lined up the contestants in the order they finished?" Of course, not every The Voice viewer put on their tinfoil hat and started digging for conspiracies. Some are genuinely happy for Sofronio Vasquez and the fact that he won the show. However, the fact that the show is handpicking people to audition is clearly a concern for some. The Voice has been a beloved singing competition show since it first aired in 2011. With its blind auditions, charismatic coaches, and nail-biting live performances, it's captured the hearts of millions. Yet, as with many reality TV competitions, whispers of behind-the-scenes manipulation and favoritism have existed for years. After the latest season finale, a fresh wave of controversy erupted when a group of fans claimed to have proof that the show is rigged. While the show's producers have always maintained that The Voice is fair and driven by talent, these fans insist that something more nefarious is going on. Let's dive into the claims, the fan theories, and what this all says about the nature of reality TV. The finale and the spark of controversy. The 2024 season finale of The Voice was supposed to be a moment of celebration for the winning contestant, a powerful vocalist who had wowed audiences throughout the season. However, not long after the confetti had fallen and the winner's name was announced, social media lit up with cries of foul play. Fans began pointing out what they saw as suspicious patterns, inconsistencies in voting, and the show's alleged preference for certain contestants over others. One of the most prominent pieces of evidence fans shared was a compilation of screen recordings showing that the voting system on the Voice app allegedly malfunctioned. According to several fans, votes for one contestant were being redirected to another, with some claiming they had proof in the form of screenshots or video footage. This malfunction, they argued, unfairly skewed the results in favor of the eventual winner, leading to cries that the competition was not as fair as it appeared. Another piece of evidence cited by critics was the heavy focus on certain contestants throughout the season. From camera angles to extra screen time during the show's pre-recorded segments, some fans felt the producers gave more favorable coverage to specific performers. The accusation that certain contestants received a golden edit isn't new in the world of reality TV, but in the case of The Voice, it has resurfaced with greater intensity. Fans argued that these contestants were being primed for success, regardless of their actual performance quality. Allegations of coach bias. The role of the celebrity coaches on The Voice has always been a key part of the show's format. Their decision-making, mentorship, and interactions with contestants can make or break a singer's journey. But this season, fans accused certain coaches of favoritism, with claims that they pushed their preferred contestants harder while ignoring or downplaying the talents of others. Some viewers pointed to moments when coaches appeared to subtly sway audience opinion. For instance, during live shows, coaches would lavish praise on a contestant, even when their performance was arguably not the best of the night. Meanwhile, other contestants who delivered stellar performances received lukewarm feedback. The argument is that this not-so-subtle bias can influence the at-home voting public, who may trust the coach's expertise over their own impressions. Additionally, fans raised concerns over how the steal and save features of the show were used during the competition rounds. Several moments were highlighted where a coach opted to save or steal a contestant who many believed wasn't as deserving as others, furthering the notion that the coaches had personal agendas or were operating based on producer influence. Fan manipulation and emotional storylines. Another recurring claim among disgruntled viewers is that The Voice producers strategically manipulate audience emotions to guide the competition. In particular, the backstories of contestants play a significant role in shaping the public's perception of them. While touching personal narratives are a staple of most talent shows, some viewers felt that The Voice went out of its way to highlight the emotional struggles of certain contestants more than others, making it seem as though those with a heart-wrenching story were being pushed to the forefront, regardless of their vocal talent. One example was the heavy focus on a particular contestant's battle with a chronic illness, a storyline that featured prominently in several episodes. Fans weren't dismissive of the contestants' personal challenges, but they argued that this narrative was used as a way to create sympathy and garner votes, rather than letting the singer's talent speak for itself. The contestant in question ended up advancing to the finale, despite some fans believing they were outperformed by others. Fans on social media suggested that these emotional storylines are not accidental, but are carefully constructed by producers to keep viewers emotionally invested in certain contestants. This, they argue, manipulates the audience's voting habits, making it less about who sings the best and more about who the producers think will make the most compelling television. The voting system debate at the center of the rigging claims is the voting system itself. The Voice allows fans to vote for their favorite contestants via an official app, website, and social media platforms. Some fans argue that this system is flawed and opaque, leaving room for potential manipulation. Critics have long questioned whether producers have access to the vote totals and can therefore influence the outcome. While The Voice has never publicly disclosed how many votes each contestant receives, the lack of transparency has led to widespread speculation. After the season finale, many viewers took to Twitter and Reddit, claiming that their votes hadn't been counted correctly, pointing to glitches in the app or sudden voting freezes during crucial moments. Whether these technical issues were widespread or isolated incidents is unclear, but they provided fuel to the already raging fire. Fans insisted that these malfunctions weren't random, suggesting that the producers were actively interfering with the results to ensure their preferred contestant won. The reality of reality TV. It's important to recognize that reality TV is a heavily produced medium. Shows like The Voice thrive not just on talent, but on creating compelling narratives, fostering drama,